Welcome to the W-K Burnouts studio. I'm Christina.
And I'm Dustin.
Alan behind the scenes. And if you've seen episodes before, it's for good reason.
Oh, yeah.
So Dustin.
Yes.
Let's get to it. What are we talking about today?
Oh, we're going to talk about one of our favorite features on General Motors vehicles, Intellibeam Headlamps.
Yes.
That is Intellibeam automatic high beams.
Yeah. And I did not know my car had these until probably a year after owning it.
Yeah.
Because Rock always puts his on, and I'm like, does my car even have this? And I happen to just find the button.
Speaking of, I think we should start out with, does my vehicle even have this, right?
Right.
And, instead of giving you a list of like, here's the years, makes, models, and packages where you could have got, let's just tell you what button to look for, right?
Yep.
So I came up with what I think is a really good description of what the button looks like. You could say it's a backwards D with lasers coming off of it and an A in the middle, or you could call it an octopus. Sometimes they call it a squid.
Yeah.
But it looks like this with an A in the middle and little lines coming off of it.
And it's green.
And it's green.
Well.
Okay. And of course, it's not green if it's the one that's on your signal indicator stalk. So it'd be the left-hand stalk of your steering wheel.
That'd be your blinker.
That'd be your signal indicator. We like to use real official blinker. Yes.
And if you know me, I am a
hold on, time out. That's
Nazi.
A blinker, buddy. Yeah. So your blinker stick there. Some of them have it on the very end. It'll be a little squid thing with an A in the middle of it. Or sometimes it's closer to the middle of the stalk. Or you don't know you have it until you push forward on that blinker lever and then pull back and then look at your gauge cluster and see if it has the green light with the A in the middle of it.
Yep. The green octopus.
The green octopus with the A.
Yep.
Yeah. The A is the key, really. When you see that, it'll all come together.
Also on their infotainment screen.
Yeah. The third way that you can find out, it's in the vehicle apps category of your infotainment screen. And they would call it, it won't be called Intellibeam on there. It will be called automatic high beams. Not to be confused with automatic headlamps, right? So automatic headlamps is what automatically turns your lights on when it gets dark and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a separate little knob usually down by your knee.
Yeah.
But for this to work, your headlamps have to be on auto. Some people like turn them off and go on and stuff themselves. Your Intellibeam won't work if you go to headlights on and don't have it on auto. So you need to have that on auto. Let your headlamps come on. It needs to be dark outside to try it. You're not going to be able to test this out if you're in the middle of the day in the parking lot, right? So make sure it's nighttime before you try it. But yeah, that's kind of
the gist of finding out if your vehicle has it.
Yeah, figuring out if you have it. And then once you have it, I mean, pretty much the way you figure out if you have it is how you use it too. You just push the button or you push the blinker lever forward and then pull it back and look for the icon on the screen.
Yep.
And summary of what the system does is it turns your high beams on and off automatically.
Yep.
Right. The way it does this is it has a little sensor in the back of your rear view mirror that can sense oncoming headlights and the tail lights of cars in front of you. Because I don't know, I'm like super nervous about offending someone with my headlights because I get so mad. I'm like, oh no, I'm blinded. I can't see. I've got contacts. It kills me. Right. And it's dangerous. So I'm always like looking for just the shadows. I'm like, I got to turn my high beams off so I don't blind them. This system does a pretty good job. Like I want to say 90% is good. I mean, there are a couple of little times when you're like, hey, I would have done it a little sooner, but it also makes it so you never forget to dim them altogether.
Correct.
Which can happen sometimes too. So
are you one of those who, if you have a vehicle that's oncoming to you and they don't turn their headlights on low, are you one of those who's like flashes them?
Okay. I
am.
I know. Here's the deal. We live in the Midwest where at least 50% of trucks have leveling kits. Okay. When you put a leveling kit on, 98% of those people don't readjust their headlights whenever they put their leveling kit on. You raise the front of your truck 2 inches. You've taken away the pointy downiness of the front end. Therefore, the headlights are pointing up. a lot more. So it's basically like you have high beams on all the time.
Yeah.
Truck chuck. That's why everybody hates you when they drive by you, is because either that or they have the back end loaded or a trailer on, so the rear end squatting.
Yes.
Or they're doing that Carolina squat. They got it way down there.
No.
Not familiar? Well.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's and that will also cause your Intellibeam system to not work if you've got it loaded, by the way, because then again, your sensor is thrown off. It can't tell exactly when somebody's coming or going. So it might still work, but it just might not work as well.
Got it. Sorry.
We're going to have to cut. Oh, we don't have to cut. Okay. He'll edit this whole thing out. Really.
Did you see his face? Well, anyways,
so we've told you how to find it. We've told you what it does. Told you a couple of reasons why it wouldn't work. To fill out the reasons it wouldn't work, if the sensor is dirty.
Yes.
So your windshield at the top in the middle needs to be clean.
Yep.
Or not like super duper caked with stuff. Certain road conditions. If you think about it, it's a light sensor, right? This isn't much beyond that technology wise. So if you're on a curvy road, if you're on a road with a whole bunch of hills, it might not work the way you want. You don't have to hit anything to turn it off. You have to go back into infotainment. You just have to do what you would normally do to go high and low beams. And it's like, oh, I guess he doesn't want me anymore. And then it just will be off until you do the sequence to turn it on again.
Yep.
So it's easy to get out of. It's not like you're going to be stuck and high beaming everybody forever, because you don't know. Just turn it off.
It's not a stress. You don't make it stressful.
Yeah,
because it's not. Because I did make it stressful in the beginning because I didn't know how to turn it on and off. I didn't know why it was doing it.
Yeah.
Brock's asleep in the passenger seat. The boys are asleep in the back. And I feel like I'm blinding everybody that's going by. And because as soon as I'll figure out how to turn it off or on, it'll be right when somebody's, coming through. So anyways, if you're one of those,
but we've had a good talk about it. And after this video, I think Christina's just going to be a regular Intellibeam girl.
I'm going to work on it.
Yep.
But also speed limit. So you have to be going over 25 miles per hour.
Oh yeah.
For your Intellibeams to
start working.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And they will completely stop working when you slow back down below 12 miles an hour. It'll be like, hey, because if you think about it, if you're pulling into a driveway, the house lights, the outside house lights, they'll register. So that makes sense. If you're coming down your own driveway, you don't want your high beams going on and off and flicking on and off because they're seeing your entryway light and then your back, your shop light or whatever.
Right.
So they stop working below 12 miles an hour.
And I always wondered that because highway, it makes sense, when you use your high beams and your low beams. But when we were driving around town and the high beams would kick on, I'm like, why are you turning? Like, leave them off. Just leave your low beams on. But it automatically, if you're going over 25 miles per hour, it'll kick your high beams on.
And something to think about with headlights and stuff these days, and especially with, everybody has their windows tinted and sometimes their windshields. I mean, lighting is more important than ever before. Yeah. University of Michigan did a study in 2022 that said that specifically Intellibeam headlights, vehicles equipped with Intellibeam headlights had a combination of animal, pedestrian, and cyclist crashes were 22% lower for vehicles with Intellibeam headlamps. And I mean, everybody's got a story. I've got stories myself about just visibility at night in rural areas and in town, and how much it means to use your high beams. I use my fog lights when I'm driving around town at night because that way it like points to the sidewalks and I can see when I turn better.
Sure.
So, I mean, all in all, this is it's a good thing if you have to know how to use, and it can definitely help. Sometimes, like we've talked about, we're apprehensive about blinding somebody because, I mean, Christina's got like a top of the line Cadillac with like HID bright as the sun headlights that say Cadillac in them and stuff. Probably have an animation, but
no,
I don't know. It's cooler than my pickup.
It's not all that
I don't know, it's pretty cool.
dramatic, but yes.
But yeah, so we worry about this stuff, and a system like this can help because it can get, man, especially hour long plus drives at night. That's your chore.
Yeah.
It's just high beam, low beam, high beam, low beam.
Yeah.
What have you done for the last hour and a half? I've gone high beam, low beam 37 times.
Yep.
Take that off of your plate. It works good on the divided highway.
Mm-hmm.
And I always wonder on divided, like, should I even go dim because they're way over there?
Right.
Right. But it does a good enough job. I don't go dim when they're way over there. No, I'm right up.
So you are one of the ones that I'm like,
it's divided.
Wait.
If there's grass in between the lanes, then I'm high beam all the way unless there's somebody in front of me because I don't want to blind them from the back.
Really? You too, Alan?
Thanks, Alan.
Oh my gosh. It's
a divided highway, Christina.
This is why I have problems
road rage.
with road rage.
Yeah, we're going to have a whole episode about road rage and how to deal with it. We haven't figured it out yet, but Christina's really working on it.
Well, I've already figured out these two.
Oh, yeah. The rage of just being around us.
Mm-hmm. Not following the rules.
Oh, yeah, those.
But absolutely. If you want to know like the difference, so getting in a vehicle that has the Intellibeam versus like we get in Brody's car and I have driven it and it doesn't have the Intellibeam headlight. And I'm like, man, now, like it really makes a difference.
It really does.
Just to be able to just that time that you're concentrating on headlights, what's in front of me, what's behind me, what's beside me. Is Dustin coming down the road with his bright headlights on?
Look out, get off the road.
But it does. It makes a huge difference. And if you don't know you have it and you have it,
it's Christmas.
You're paying. Yeah.
Look at what I got.
It's a feature that, like go ahead, pause this video, go outside, get in your vehicle and see if you have that feature.
Yeah.
Because, it's once you start using it, it's
pretty
really
nice.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those spoiled things. Once you get a heated seat, it's hard to go back.
Yeah, it's kind of like Christina with her massaging seats in her Cadillac. Probably.
I don't have the massaging seats.
Oh, really?
I don't.
Oh,
I think it's the
upgrade.
Only model Cadillac that doesn't have massaging seat. I have the thing where it'll parallel park for you that I don't ever use because I'm scared to use it.
We got to do a video on that too.
Yeah, no. But yes, it is. It's a great feature and it's simple to go out to your vehicle just to see if you have that.
See if you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if this has been helpful, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
That is. And guys, please, if you found this informative, if you found this entertaining, like, share, subscribe, definitely share because again, you don't know.
Help somebody you know.
Yeah, help somebody you know. You may help your neighbor Don who didn't know
Don
he had
will
them.
Be coming over all the time being like, hey,
yeah,
what's this button do on my truck?
Yep.
That's cool. You got a new friend.
Yeah.
You don't have to fight over the fence anymore. It's good.
Well, I've seen those episodes. But we appreciate you guys. And just like every week, we will cruise on by and pick you up next week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
This has been a W-K Burnouts production.